Hey everyone, Swapnil here. Nice to see you all. Today's video is about 3 mistakes to avoid when trying to grow your business through digital marketing. And the third one is probably what everyone misses. And I know this just because I've dealt with a fair few clients now and with business owners generally. And this I think will help a lot of people. So I thought this would be a good topic. I've got a Facebook group where before everyone joins in, they have to answer one of the questions. And this was probably one of the questions that I did ask. It's like, what is your number one problem that you have when you try to, with digital marketing, where do you get stuck? And a lot of people say, yeah, I don't know where to start, or which I'll do a separate video about. And another thing is, the mistakes people make and things along those lines. One of the answers I had was about, they said they don't know what kind of website to have. Now, this is probably one of the things that is evolved a lot, digital marketing and things along them lines, is you don't really need a website these days. One of the biggest things I speak to when people are doing is they will say to me, hey, Swap, I'm just investing $4,000 into a website. I'd be like, that's probably the stupidest thing to do right now, because websites are great, but it's more like having a brochure. It's not actually something that will get you sales directly straight away. So one of the biggest things that I do always say to them is, look, if you're investing like $4,000 or $5,000, whatever it is for a website, I mean, I've done this myself in my first ever business. I've got $3,500. I wish I knew this then, but it's better off keeping that money aside for growing, for doing like Facebook ads and for testing things and things along them lines. So my first point would be, don't like waste your money in things that are not going to get you quick return. I'm not saying don't ever have a website. I'm saying that is great to have, but have it coming later on, or just take your time with it. Most people, when they start a business or anything along them lines, they'll be like, okay, first thing I need to go is get a website done. Don't get me wrong, that used to work previously, and it still does, but it's the way things have moved a different way nowadays. So, like using social media marketing, building an audience and things along them lines is much more powerful and quicker. And it's all about return on investment these days. If you put money in there, you want to be getting that money back. With website, you'd spend a lot of money, you'd spend a lot of time trying to get all that content right. And then you just leave it there. A lot of people do just leave it there and don't send any, like when I use the word traffic, I mean, don't send any person, people going to that page, because then you've got SEO and all this kind of stuff. SEO is great, but it is very helpful. You should have SEO, but it takes about 6 to 8 months before a website can rank up. So what are you going to do with your business in that meantime? So this is where, which is probably my forte, that comes into, it's like using Facebook ads and using things like landing pages or Facebook's own internal lead forms and things along them lines. There's loads of things that you could be using that will just get you a quicker return on your investment. So that's my first point. Second one is a very important one, is when you're doing any kind of ads or any kind of Facebook marketing, or you're trying to get some kind of, you want to get some kind of leads coming in or things along those lines, is to spend time on an offer, is to work out an offer. One of the biggest things this is probably why I like Facebook so much, or social media, if you want to think about it that way, is that we are in a day and age where we can test things very, very quickly. You can get an ad up, and within like 3-4 days, you can check with only spending like £5 a day, saying, okay, is this offer actually good or not? Now, we couldn't do this back in the day. Like when I had my first business, printing in magazines or radio is expensive, TV, whatever you do. For you to test an offer, you'd waste a lot of money. So that's probably the second biggest mistake where I see is people going straight into the high ticket kind of stuff, where they'd say, yeah, I've got a radio thing going, or whichever way, or I'm just paying a lot of money for someone to just keep posting on my page. That kind of works, but that's more like brand awareness thing. What you probably need to be doing is crafting your offer. Now, how do you craft your offer? So if you're probably thinking, okay, great, that's great, Swap, but I'm not sure how to do this. This leads on to my third point. Third point is market research. This is probably one of the first ever things I do with anyone that that I work with. You know, most people don't realize is, you know, each area in the UK or in the world, wherever, reacts very differently. So for example, I've done ads in London, and I've done ads in Liverpool. And if I use the same ad in, like, let rewind back. So if I've got an ad that in London that's just like smashed it and got loads of leads, loads of sales, and I use the same one in Liverpool, it doesn't work sometimes because people's mindsets are different. You know, it's the north-south thing, whichever you want to call it. But you know, this is where you need to do market research. You need to know who your customer is and what is it that they really want. And the only way you know this is just by asking them, you know, speaking to them. If you don't have any clients to get or things along those lines, then you would just go online and then research your competitors, you know, look at what are they doing, and making a list of like all this kind of stuff. That is very, very useful. And this is how you can craft your offer. An offer is not just, hey, 5% off, you know, that kind of thing. People don't really do that. People will not buy your stuff or, you know, take action if your offer sucks, basically. You know, well, I'm just trying to be a bit blunt, really. You need to have something where someone will look at it and go, shit, that is a really good offer. Oh, there's this. And it's one of the things that that in the digital world, if you want to call it, it's been around for a long time. They call it value stacking. So it basically means is that you would get an offer and you'd put loads of different things, but one on top of another, where someone can visually look at it and go, wow, that is a great offer. And then you offer a ridiculous price or whichever. But yeah, that is probably the third point, which goes into offers. So spend a lot of time, do market research, check what competitors are doing. Sometimes you could actually just look at what they're doing and just improve it, which is what I recommend. And yeah, that works all the time, just because sometimes they've already done the market research. This is really good to do. A little hack is to look at franchises or, you know, things along them lines where someone's already really far ahead compared to what you are in your business. Then what's probably good to do is you don't need to reinvent the wheel. You just look at what they're doing and just try improving it. Never copy what they're doing, but it's just basically they've spent loads of time and money and stuff and checking what color works and all this kind of stuff. So if you go after, like, if you look at really big companies, then they kind of already done half your work. Then it's just a matter of thinking about, okay, what is it that your business can offer differently to them, and then just craft that in your offer, and then do the value stacking, which I mentioned. So hope you find that useful. I'm keeping these videos quite short because I want them to be, you know, so people can go through them quite easily as well. And then, yeah, so to just recap, three things is website. You don't need to spend that much time on website. Look at landing pages and things along them lines, or use internal features of Facebook or whichever things that you have. You'll save a lot of money that way. And you get a website made at a later date, because that's more to do with branding and brand awareness and stuff. Secondly, make sure your offer is great and is what people actually want. Do market research is the third one. And yeah, they're the three that come to mind. And I was just thinking about that, so I just thought it'd be a good video to do. So let me know what you think in the comments below, and if you're actually already doing this, how is it going for you? And if you want me to cover any topics, then do let me know. You know what? Let me finish off with the question: What is your number one problem when it comes to digital marketing for your business? If you comment that below, I will do that as a video and explore on that a little bit more. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next daily vlog. Bye.